KY3 News starts now.
A cold winter night ahead with wind chills making it feel close to 20 before the sun comes up. I'm Lisa Rose.
And I'm Steve Grant. Chief Meteorologist Ron Hurst is here with the hour-by-hour drop in temperatures. Ron?
Well, yes, indeed. I tell you, it's been an interesting day today. We've had some rain, we've had some sleet, we've had some snow, all totaled officially just a trace out at the Springfield Branson National Airport. What's going on this afternoon? Well, we've had a clearing sky. There may still be a sprinkle going down over here in Shannon County. I don't think there's going to be very much out of that mass over there, but again, there may be a couple sprinkles here or there. The rest of the area is precipitation free. Let's go ahead and go back, and you can see all of the moisture that worked its way across the area earlier today. Again, it really didn't fall in very hefty amounts. It looked worse on the radar than it actually was, and right now we are seeing a clearing sky along and northwest of I-44, and that clearing will continue for the rest of the night. So as far as that hour-by-hour forecast is concerned, we will see those temperatures drop off fairly steadily with that clear sky, getting down into the upper 20s. We may have some cloud cover show up by morning. Eventually, though, I think we're going down here to the mid-20s to start the day on Wednesday. Now, there is a chance for little light snow on Thursday, and we have some fairly significant rain coming in this weekend. I'll be talking about both of those things when I come back.
On New at 6, a man is at the hospital with serious injuries tonight. He was stabbed during a fight in North Springfield. This happened in the 2000 block of North Marion. The victim ran to a neighbor's house after being stabbed in the chest. Police tell us the man who lives nearby is being questioned this hour.
A May 19th execution is set for the handyman convicted of killing an 81-year-old mobile home park manager in Ozark nearly 3 decades ago. Walter Barton's case has been tied up in court for years due to mistrials, appeals, and 2 overturned death penalty convictions. Gladys Kuehler was sexually assaulted and stabbed more than 50 times in 1991. A new murder trial is underway for a Northwest Arkansas man accused of killing his 6-year-old son. Mauricio Torres is charged again with capital murder. Isaiah Torres died of sexual abuse after a camping trip in southwest Missouri in 2015. Defense attorneys got the original death penalty overturned because they argued the child was raped in Missouri, not Arkansas. The boy's mother, Kathy Torres, pleaded guilty to escape execution and may testify for the prosecution this time. She is serving life in prison.
There's widespread frustration among Missouri sheriffs about a new system for people on probation and parole. A meeting of sheriffs and state officials got heated and ended when one sheriff walked out and our cameras came in. Sarah Forrest has been following this. She joins us with why many lawmen say the system is broken.
Hey, Lisa, here is what the new system looks like on paper, but in practicality, local sheriffs say this new system is dangerous and threatens public safety. Probation and parole, though, disagrees. They say it's all about rehabilitation.
Seemingly a slap on the wrist.
People that are on probation and parole, leaving a probation and parole office high on methamphetamine, testing positive, was allowed to leave.
Local sheriffs are fired up again.
If you have somebody that is testing positive for meth or any kind of drug, and they walk back out onto the street immediately after they test positive and get in a car and drive away, that is a public safety issue. And that's just one of the few examples that I can give you.
But the Division of Probation and Parole says the new system is better tailored for rehabbing criminals.
We can't say a blanket statement that everybody on probation or parole that gets 2 dirty urines is going to prison. I can't give a blanket analysis of what we would do in those circumstances. But what we're trying to do is look at each of these cases individually. And depending on what the risk factors are, depending on what the circumstances are of this case, I can't say there's a blanket decision to return people to prison based on a number of anything.
Julie Kimker is the director of P&P. She's been on a statewide tour to try to get many upset sheriffs on the same page.
Blame is being placed on the wrong people.
Who should the blame be placed on?
Not for me to determine, not for me to decide. As the director of probation and parole, my job is to make sure that probation and parole staff are supervising their clients to the best of their ability with the resources that we have.
It's ridiculous that we're letting people go and knowingly doing it.
Just like raising your children. If you tell them not to do something and they go ahead and do it, you have to to correct that behavior immediately.
Another point of frustration, what the sheriffs call a lack of transparency. Our cameras aren't being allowed inside these meetings.
Oftentimes, I think when the media's here, there's a lot of grandstanding, and that's not what I wanted here.
When we tried to come in, that director immediately ended the meeting.
We have sheriffs here, we have prosecutors here, we have some other people here, but guess what? The media is not allowed in. I invited the media in, and they closed the meeting. Let's be transparent. You want to talk about things or issues, let's put it on the table and talk about it in the public, because that's what we do. They're public servants, we're public servants.
All right, so no cohesiveness there between the team of systems who should be working together. Of course, you know the governor is from this area. He is also a former sheriff. We have asked him to weigh in, and he has now agreed to an interview on Saturday. Steve and Lisa, back to you guys.
Hundreds of people want the Missouri legislature to target specific gun laws they say will save vulnerable lives. And they rallied at the Capitol in Jefferson City today. Andrew Havranek has more on exactly what they want and the odds of even getting that to the governor's desk.
The group Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America has rallied here at the Missouri Capitol for the last 5 years. This year, they're asking Missouri lawmakers to pass a law that would make it illegal for domestic abusers to get their hands on a gun. Leslie Washington of Cape Girardeau can still feel the effects of domestic violence. Her husband broke a bone in her left eye. It was what happened after they split that scared her.
He had a gun. He put it on Instagram, like right next for everybody to see, with a gun and a loaded clip. So that sent a message to me saying that he was going to threaten me or kill me or do some more bodily harm to me.
There are similar bills in both the Missouri Senate and House that Washington and the Moms Demand Action Group think would better protect domestic abuse survivors. Those bills would make it illegal for someone to own or buy a gun if they have a court-issued protection order against them. Some Republican lawmakers are skeptical. Senator Eric Burleson of Springfield says he's happy to look at the issue, but questions the group. Democratic presidential candidate Michael Bloomberg founded its parent organization, Everytown for Gun Safety.
But I also want to make sure that we do not take away a citizen's right to have voting rights or any other rights, including the Second Amendment, unless they have gone through and had those rights taken away by a jury of their peers.
Right now, neither the Senate or House versions of this bill have been scheduled for a public hearing. Reporting tonight in Jefferson City, Andrew Havranek, KY3 News.
Drivers speeding right through a busy intersection north of Harrison, Arkansas won't be able to much longer. A stoplight is going up here at 65 and 62. Kayla Sinnett reports it's about safety and saving lives.
Two highways, many ways to turn, but just one stop sign equals a recipe for disaster in Boone County.
It's really a very hazardous drive.
Mary Hamilton says she's seen many wrecks while working at Dollar General, just off the intersection of Highway 62 and 65.
Something's been needed here for a long time.
Other drivers say they're scared for their families to even come visit, because they might need to drive through.
It makes me really pretty nervous.
But now the county is working with the Arkansas Department of Transportation to give drivers some relief. They're installing a stoplight.
Justice of the Peace Fred Wohl says this stoplight has been 3 years in the making, and he wanted to address this problem after a deadly crash here in 2016.
And that got everybody's interest going. There's been a lot of talk prior to that.
Now talk has finally turned into construction, with financial help from the state and federal government.
It's going to save lives.
Hamilton says this is exactly what that intersection needs.
It's going to force people to know that it's upcoming.
A few years' work now becomes just a few weeks of waiting. The light should be ready by next month.
When you bake a cake and you put it all in the oven, and when it gets done, you reach in there and it smells so good and it tastes so good, you can't wait to get into it and eat it. It feels that way.
Reporting in Boone County, I'm Caitlin Sinnett.
Pro-choice supporters must wait at least another month to learn whether Missouri's only abortion clinic can keep its license. The state health department now has until March 16th to file its arguments. It is not clear when a ruling will come down after that. Planned Parenthood has said Republican politicians are trying to use the licensing process to end abortions in Missouri.
So when was the last time you went to the record store?
Streaming is the most popular way to listen to music now, but which streaming service is best? On Your Side has the answers in a moment.
number 1 in the Ozarks. You're watching KY3 News at 6 with Lisa Rose, Steve Grant, Ashley Reynolds with On Your Side, First Alert weather meteorologist Ron Hurst, and sports with Chad Klein. The place to be, on air, online, on the go.
It's the final days of Ashley Home Store's President's Day sale. Last chance to save big with up to 30% off select items. This upholstered sofa is now only $349. Plus, save up to 20% off and pay no interest for 12 months. Absolutely ends Monday at Ashley Home Store.
When lights like this won't cut it for your workshop or garage, this high-powered LED promises to light up any room and save you hundreds on your electric bill.
But will it light up your life or leave your bank account in the dark? We try before you buy Wednesday at 10.
First Alert isn't just a saying. It's our promise to prepare you every single newscast. Using hour-by-hour radar, we show you the future impacts of winter storms. At KY3, this is how we First Alert.
I'm David Bixler with the Bixler Corporation. Insurance is something we all rely on to protect us against catastrophic loss. When you need water, fire, or mold restoration, Bixler Corporation is here to represent you, not your insurance company. Bixler Corporation has the restoration professionals that always have your best interest in mind. Remember, it's your home, your policy, your premium, your choice. Water, mold, crawl space, and duct cleaning. 24/7. The Bixler team is here for you.
If you're looking for more entertainment in the four-state area, you'll find it at Buffalo Run Casino and Resort. The Peoria Showplace welcomes Puddle of Mud live in concert February 29th. Get your tickets now online at BuffaloRun.com. Buffalo Run Casino and Resort in Miami, Oklahoma. More entertainment.
It's the final days of Ashley Home Store's President's Day sale. Don't miss your chance to pay 0% interest for 6 full years. Get this queen storage bed for only $10 per month. Absolutely ends Monday. Don't miss it. Only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
KY3 First Alert Weather is sponsored by Aaron Sachs & Associates.
And now, KY3 First Alert Weather.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. As I was telling you earlier, an interesting day. We've had some sunshine today. This morning we had some snow and some rain and some sleet. Officially adding up to just a trace here in Springfield. As far as what's left out there, there's this little bit of moisture over here in Shannon County, but even that area has decreased markedly here in the last 15 minutes or so. There may be a sprinkle going on, and I guess there could be a flurry too, but I really don't think you're going to see very much over there at all. This has actually been in the dying phase here in the last few minutes or so. As far as Futurecast goes for this evening, we're seeing this clearing generally north of I-44, and that clearing will continue through the rest of the overnight hours. We should be waking up to plenty of sunshine on Wednesday. As we go through the day, we'll first see some high cloud cover and then maybe see a little thicker cloud cover in the afternoon, but I'm not expecting any rain or snow with this. Now, the cloud cover will hold the temperature back some. Now, early on Thursday morning, models continue to insist there may be just some very, very, very light snow out here along the northwest of I-44. In fact, it may actually get all the way down here into sections of northwestern Arkansas. None of the models are really putting out a lot of snow with this. I think the most we could see is probably a dusting. It will come very early in the morning. As you can see, this is 4 o'clock. So if we do get some snow, it will be cold enough for it to stick, mostly to grassy surfaces, but we'll have to keep a close eye on that as we go through tomorrow. As far as the rest of the day on Thursday, we start with cloud cover. We'll keep that through noon, but by the afternoon, we will get some clearing, and that should lead to a very good day on Friday with lots of sunshine. As we head into Saturday, we'll start with some sunshine, but see this cloud cover develop as we go through the mid and late afternoon hours. By late Saturday, we'll be looking at our first round of rain. Early on Sunday morning, we'll get another surge of moisture into the Ozarks, so it could still be wet for those of you going to church. As we head into the afternoon hours, this is when it looks like the atmosphere is really going to moisten up, and we could have some moderate to heavy rain. I'm not expecting any severe weather with this, but there could be enough rain for some isolated flooding, and then by early on Monday morning, this whole system will start to shift off to the east and eventually come to an end. How much rain are we talking about? Well, there could be 1 to 2 2 inches in southwest Missouri and northern Arkansas. We are outside the growing season, so if we do get that much rain, again, a little flooding is going to be possible, much like we had about a week ago or so. I'm thinking far southern Missouri and northern Arkansas are going to be mainly under the gun on that one. As far as temperatures, in the morning, we'll see readings in the middle to upper 20s to low 30s from north to south, and then we should warm up nicely with that early sunshine getting into the low 40s at lunchtime. However, the cloud cover will cut off our heating in the afternoon, and we're looking at readings being somewhere in the mid to upper 40s as we head into Thursday. As I said, it would be cold enough that snow could stick with temperatures in the upper 20s, but Thursday is going to be a very cold day with our high temperatures only in the mid 30s and wind chills probably being in the 20s. Speaking of wind chills, tomorrow morning we'll see those readings in the low 20s. You'll have to bundle up as you head out the door. Let's go ahead and check in on weather watchers today. Not a bad day at all. Temperatures mostly in the 40s, although Cross Timbers made it to 51, and that would be a bit above average. So the outlook then for tonight, a clearing sky, overnight temperatures 24 to 28. We'll have a northeasterly breeze, and for tomorrow should have a decent amount of sunshine until late afternoon when we cloud up. 46 to 48 are expected temperatures. We'll have an easterly wind, and then our 7-day forecast, again, that light snow Thursday with some sunshine in the afternoon. Friday's a really good day. We're looking at the rain and windy conditions over the weekend, and then we're back to about average early next week. Guys?
Just ahead, where the Drury Lady Panthers land in the latest national rankings.
Plus, a Missouri State career that's ending before it even gets started. See which basketball player is withdrawing from campus.
Sports with Mark Spillane starts now.
Good evening, everybody. Former Parkview basketball standout Tyum Freeman has withdrawn from Missouri State. Bears head coach Dana Ford confirmed the news in a press release today. Freeman was sitting out as a redshirt this season to recover from off-season surgery on his knee. He tore his ACL just 7 games into his senior season at Parkview last year. Ford says Freeman informed the team that he'll enroll in a 2-year college. The Drury Lady Panthers remain the nation's top team in the latest Division II coaches poll. Drury maintains the top spot despite losing some first-place votes to Ashland for a second straight week. Drury received 16 first-place votes, 2 less than last week. Those 2 votes go to Ashland as the Eagles also improved to 25-0 on the year. Both teams will play in the Midwest Regional. The first regional rankings will be revealed tomorrow. Racing fans finally receiving some very good news after an anxious 24 hours. NASCAR driver Ryan Newman is awake and speaking with family at a hospital in Florida. Roush Fenway Racing released the update this afternoon after Newman's horrific crash in last night's Daytona 500. NASCAR announced last night that Newman did not suffer life-threatening injuries. Now we know he's awake and on the early road to recovery. More good news tonight coming from the hockey world. Blues defenseman Jay Bouwmeester has returned to St. Louis following his cardiac event last week in Anaheim. Bouwmeester has been placed on long-term injured reserve by the Blues. The team has also added a replacement for Bouwmeester through a trade. St. Louis acquires Marco Scandella from Montreal for a 2nd-round and 4th-round pick. Scandella, like Bouwmeester, is a left-handed shooting defenseman. Right now on OzarkSportsZone.com, read more about Ty Freeman's choice to withdraw from the university, Missouri State University, and from the basketball program. Also up here on the trending bar, go ahead and click on the district basketball brackets. They are sorted by class, boys on top, girls on the bottom, so it'll be easy for you to find your team. The small class districts begin this Saturday. And College of the Ozarks hosting Evangel for an early season doubleheader today. The Crusaders taking Game 1 before the Bobcats win Game 2, 3-1 the first score, 4-0 the second score. Kyle Giefer with a 2-run home run, the Kickapoo grad, in that second game. Also, the Cardinals announced Miles Michaelis, the pitcher, will begin the season on the injured list. He will be reevaluated in 3 to 4 weeks. It's something going on with his elbow, so we wait and see about that.
Okay. Thanks, Mark.
Ron updates our forecast in a moment.
Tonight at 9 and 10, Springfield's new initiative to help people who are homeless overcome addictions.
And still fighting the flu. Another school doing deep cleaning after high absentee due to flu bug. Tonight at 9 and 10. Well, don't get out the sled, but you need the big coat, right?
Definitely going to need the big coat for the next couple of days. And temperature's not too bad, but Thursday's going to be a bit nippy. And we have a couple opportunities of moisture in here. A little light snow on Thursday morning, and then over the weekend, looks like some moderate to heavy rain on Sunday. And we'll have to watch next Tuesday as well.
And hopefully 31 days till spring.
Cheering it on.
Thanks for watching the news here at 6.
Breaking news day and night on our free news app. We'll see you again at 9 and 10.